Hey, it's Corbin, and we're back with part 3 of the Disney movie rankings. Now we're ranking the Silver Age, rating from 1950 to 1967, from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs to The Jungle Book. So, I will be ranking them all from worst to best, and I'll be giving each of them a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. I will now use the same clips from my previous videos to describe what each number means. So, a 1 is a really boring movie. It hurts to watch. 2, somewhat better than a 1. Like, maybe a few things are keeping it from being a 1. 3, better. Doesn't hurt as badly. A 4 is not that good, but slightly below average. A 5 is just average. 6 is good, didn't waste your time. 7 is better, like you would recommend it to someone. 8 is really good, like a lot better. 9 is awesome and is a must-see for one reason or another. 10 is almost perfect. No movie is perfect, but really good. So yeah, let's get to it, starting with number 8. Yeah, the Sword in the Stone's at the bottom. It's the least iconic of the Silver Age films. And, it was kind of boring, just Merlin turning Arthur into a bunch of animals and, like, trying to teach him things, and, like, he pulls the sword out of the stone in the end because apparently he's the only one worthy to be king. It's kind of confusing. The best part would have to be the wizard duel, which is average at best. I rate this movie a 4 out of 10. Yeah, Cinderella's the second lowest of the Silver Age films. I know it's a classic and pretty iconic, but I just didn't really find the plotline very entertaining. It started to pick up near the end, but it didn't really pick up soon enough. So, I rate this movie a 6 out of 10. Alice in Wonderland is up next. It's kind of weird. A bunch of different things happening. Like Cinderella, it starts to pick up near the end, but it starts to pick up sooner. But not sooner by much. I rate this film a 6 out of 10. 101 Dalmatians next, and it actually has an overarching plot that just goes on from beginning to end. Cruella de Vil's a pretty good villain, and Pongo and Perdita are decent protagonists. It's a strong story. I rate this film a 7 out of 10. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty's up next. It's actually really good for the most part. Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather are pretty funny. Maleficent's a really good villain. But the one problem with the movie is Aurora, who's supposed to be the protagonist, kind of gets shoved to the side. Like, really? But the story is overall good. I rate this film a 7 out of 10. Lady and the Tramp's up next. It's cute. An okay storyline. Not as, like, conflicting as the others, but the cuteness almost makes up for it. And there's that one iconic spaghetti and meatballs scene. I rate this film a 7 out of 10. Peter Pan's up next, and it's actually pretty touching. Like, Captain Hook's an interesting villain, but I guess you could say Peter Pan's the true villain, since Captain Hook wouldn't really be evil if it weren't for Peter Pan, since Peter cut off his hand and fed it to a crocodile. And the story's good. I don't really like the racial stereotypes with the Indians. And also, a part of me never really grew up. Like, sometimes I still watch, like, little kid-oriented shows to pass the time. Anyways, I rate this film an 8 out of 10. The Jungle Book is just the best of the Silver Age films. As my dad said, it's the first one with music that makes you want to, like, get up and move, with songs like Bare Necessities and I Want to Be Like You. Mowgli's a pretty good protagonist. Shere Khan's an okay villain, but he, like, doesn't come in until later on, but he's mentioned at the beginning. Baloo and Bagheera are good characters. And the story is genuinely entertaining. Like, I rate this film a 9 out of 10. So, that's it for the Silver Age, so I'll see you when we do the Bronze Age.